bangers, bro. If y'all thought the last one was good,
Wind it up.
oh, what did I?
Wind it up.
Wind it up. What's the just what she? I forgot what she got.
I think she had Tourette's.
Yeah,
So she
wind
was
it up.
like, wind it up. Hey, that's old TikTok for y'all.
Man, so bro, what we got for y'all today? And I know I told my mom the topic before the episode. She's like, oh boy.
Ooh-wee.
I was like, yeah, we going there, man. So we really want to talk about how
and we don't
people
care.
Look, we've been called names in comments. We've been said, oh, these niggas think they this and that. It's just whatever, bro. We want to talk about how y'all need to start healing before y'all get on these talking platforms, bro. And the reason why we say that is because when y'all get on these talking platforms unhealed, you're spreading your trauma to your viewers, and because some of your viewers share the same trauma, they think you're in the right for spreading this trauma. So people with the same trauma, they migrate to the people who got the same trauma. So now y'all kind of create this whole little bubble or this little circle to where y'all think, oh yeah, it's good to keep riding on this trauma and da 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 da. But it's like, no, bro, you're creating a demise in our community because you want to you haven't did the time to go heal. Instead, you want to spew your trauma and your hate into the world. You spreading negative energy, bro.
You not even taking no time to even internalize what you going through.
You're not.
Before you get on the talking platforms and talk to people that are actually listening to you, because you got a commanding voice, but you got to be able to understand. Yeah, you got an audience, so you got to be understand. And even if you don't got an understanding, you got to be able to talk to somebody that may have an understanding and do some healing within. Because if you get on these platforms and get people to listening to just like, specifically people who talk about like toxic relationships and how they should be doing this and that and the third.
What if you just type in hashtag Black Podcast on TikTok? That's all you. I'm telling you, and that's why. And
that's all you gonna see.
This is not to sound egotistical, but if you watch our show, you know we in a different lane from majority of all these other shows and podcasts. Because you type in especially in the Black community, you type in hashtag Black Podcast, all you see is either sex talk or talking about toxic relationship and who in the wrong, or just the man in the wrong or the women in the wrong. It's like, oh, bro, good grief. Can you, even when we do talk about relationships, it's in a whole different. Oh, brother.
Give me a break.
Even when we do talk about something that's in the lane of relationships, we take a whole different, refreshing approach to it, where it's like, okay, I can actually listen to this. Like, I don't feel like I'm being attacked. Like, I can just listen to their perspective on this.
And
like,
we're not sitting here saying that anybody else, the opposite gender or whoever, is the problem.
No, bro.
How about you look at yourself? That's usually what we talking about.
No.
So that you can, you know what I'm saying, get an understanding of what you desire, what you want, and what you want to bring into it. But it's just so draining to see, especially my culture.
It's disappointing too.
My color.
Because like literally every video I'm like, wow, this all y'all. I didn't know how much of a different.
If he ain't doing this, then he don't do that.
It's like,
if she don't do this, I need my woman to do that. This, that, and the third.
We gotta do better, bro.
Man, listen, they're gonna talk about. It's gonna be like 1 or 3 things they're gonna talk about. What positions doing such, who should be paying for such and such, bro. And what role they should play.
What are you bringing to the table? That's all you hear. It's just like, oh my god. And most of the time, y'all basing y'all viewpoints off of experience you've had. So you generalize the whole side based off of the experiences you had. It's like, just say the ones you dealt with were like this. Don't put that on everybody. Like, everybody doesn't deserve that.
It doesn't have to deal with the things that you've dealt with. No, everybody doesn't have.
We don't want to. Keep you deal with your own trauma. We got our own, bro. Like
I woke up just like you did.
Yeah, we respect our viewers. We don't come in here and spew our traumatic experiences on y'all unless we teach y'all through a lesson. But other than that, like, we're not about to get on here and say, oh, women ain't this because a girl 3 or 4 years ago did this to me. That's unfair to y'all. Like, y'all didn't ask to be trauma dumped on like that, bro. That's what I want to say. Y'all be using podcasts to trauma dump on these people, and your viewers did not ask for that. They just settle for that because it's like they find some common ground in your trauma.
They find it interesting. It's kind of like drama filled, and it's like a little bit of suspense. So it's almost like watching like reality TV.
Right, bro.
But ain't nobody come on the internet.
No, bro.
To listen to.
It's already enough going on in the world. Please, y'all can save all that, dog. And the thing about this is
that thing is wild. I'm sorry, my bad.
Bro.
I know some and it's just like I know some people that do that.
Right,
so
bro.
Just...
And the thing about it is, we thought we had started this show, this podcast, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad we didn't start it then, because I know me myself, I wasn't fully healed at the point I wanted to be to come in front of a camera and speak, because I want to be in the place of at that healed place. You know what I'm saying? And the only way, and I got a point right here. The throat chakra can only be fully unlocked once you've healed. When the throat chakra is unlocked, you speak truth unapologetically with no ill intentions. So that's why we can come on here and speak towards women and get their acceptance that we've gotten, because they can feel that energy of, we don't have that ill intention. Like, we wanted to see that togetherness. We ain't on here trying to divide. We ain't on here trying to trauma dump on y'all. We ain't on here trying to say, oh, because I dealt with this, they all like this. No, like, y'all gotta stop that, bro.
And everybody doesn't have that voice to be heard.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Everybody doesn't have that asset to them. Like, that natural can speak to people and be listened to. So when you have that and you decide to use that as your therapy session, it's like,
not fair on them, because it's like you using you kind of using your audience in the sense. Yeah, it's like, bro, your audience is doing the due diligence to you by tuning into your content, your episodes, and in turn you giving them you giving them trauma dumpings and toxic content that don't really help them. They think it's helping them, but deep down, you keep pushing out the same content because it's gonna keep them coming back. It's gonna go viral. It's so much toxic stuff that go viral, because that's what a lot of people absorb and can relate to is people's trauma. But it's like, you control what you give to your audience, and continue pushing this toxic narrative. That's what you're gonna get.
That's what you're gonna get.
Like, man,
you're gonna get nothing but toxic people, and it's like, we didn't already bred so many toxic situations and toxic people. Why do we want to continue to talk about it?
Why, bro? Please.
Why do we want to?
Can somebody please tell us that? What are we getting out of that? I really have no clue.
Like, you feel me? Like, where's the solution? Why do we want to continue to soak in? He ain't do this, so he don't expect. Like, why do we want to? How can we get the solution to what we're saying we're not receiving?
Most of them don't plan on getting no solution.
So why are we?
They getting the views that they caught up on and it's like you're compromising your community for views.
Get off the podcast,
bro.
Man.
Please, most of y'all, I ain't gonna lie, most of y'all just need to take a step back from the mic and take a 3-month hiatus and just heal, bro.
Podcast,
like, man. No cap, bro. Some of y'all really don't need a platform. And I'm sorry. I just had to be real about it. It's just what it is. And even saying,
and I'm not gonna say you don't need no platform. No. Get off the podcast and go get your real ducks in a row.
Go get right, bro. Like, go get right. A lot of y'all,
if you're not gonna be honest that you ain't got your ducks in a row, if you ain't gonna be honest that you haven't healed from certain aspects of certain things in your lifestyle, then get off the podcast,
right? Because when people tune into this show, we want people to kind of get that healing experience. We want people to leave this show every episode feeling, damn, I feel a little bit better, bro. Like, damn, they really
close
made me
to
feel,
whatever you trying to
do. What I'm saying? Even if it wasn't a lot, if it was just a little, we want to put you more towards the positive end as opposed to the negative end, bro. Even if it's just a splash of positivity, bro.
Just a little bit. And then we want to also get you to understand that there is some negative things that may happen to you, but keep on going.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna try to provide a solution. We want to be able to get people to think about a solution to their problems, a solution to them being undisciplined, a solution to them not having the most healthiest relationship,
right?
A solution to you not being where you want to be.
Facts.
And the solution is not to continue to look in toxic places or to continue to listen to hurt people. Like, that's not the solution.
Facts, bro. It's really not.
And
just feeding your
ego. The solution is also not to be hurt and go talk to some people
who also hurt, and you just making they hurt even more. So it's like you validating they hurt and they pain and what they went through. So they start to feel like it's okay to just sit and stay with that hurt. Like, just for example, and I know a lot of people won't agree with this, especially in this whole smoking on my ex. I'm flexing my ex, F my ex. I'm at the point in my life where I got love for all my past women, bro.
Listen,
And I say that with 110%. Like, and I'm not saying that out of like in a romantic way, but in a genuine way, like because I've healed from like situations in the past. I can literally
for sure.
I can literally allow them to hit me up and like if they ever needed something, a question about something, advice or something, I can give that in a non-biased way, in a non-hatred way, because I've healed from things
whatever
from my past. You know what I'm saying? What if we
on.
had like I can't act like we didn't have good times. I can't act like we didn't learn together. I can't act like you wasn't who I wanted at one point. Like people be acting like that's who you wanted at one point. Like let's just be real. It didn't work out. Okay.
And that's the lesson.
Yeah.
That's it. Y'all just ain't working out.
Just take things for what it is. Take it from that. And
you can't sit here and say that's not like the person that you wanted. Like you said, that wasn't somebody that you didn't have feelings for. Right, but you learned a lesson.
Exactly.
So then move on from it. Let's heal from it. I personally have healed from all situations in my past. Like I can say I literally like,
and it was a progress.
Like, it wasn't nothing that happened overnight.
And I want to say this, like even through that whole flexing on your ex, I went through that too. Like we all go through that phase. But key point, it's a phase. It's not something that you stay in. And most people, especially with this music, is promoting people to stay in that phase of, oh, flex on my ex. My ex ain't this.
That's what your life should consist of. They almost think
it's like they make it part of their character.
Yeah, bro. And then they almost think it's like a lifetime goal to where like I really gotta I gotta make sure they know that I'm doing better than them for the rest of my life. And it's like they don't like stop making stuff about you.
It's crazy, bro.
Heal from that situation. Right. Why are you trying to?
And you never get over it. And it's like, and in turn, you giving so much energy to that person that you think you flex on. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing better than my ex. I'm this and that. But it's like you still thinking about that person while you saying you're not worried about it. So they still have control over you, bro. So at the end of the day, you back to square one. Just heal. Like, everybody went through different traumatic experiences with their ex. We understand that. And we're not rushing you into that healing process. But we just want you to understand that when you listen to Smoking on My Ex Pack, don't get me wrong, that song is a banger. Don't get me wrong. But when you listen to that, when you saying, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, listen.
When you flexing on your ex, that I'm not gonna lie, that phase is kind of needed because that's part of the healing journey.
Yeah, that's kind of like
don't
that's the motivation.
Yeah, it's just
that's
like
not a discipline though.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like the motivation of okay, I'm gonna shake back right. I'm gonna get back right. But that's not something you stay in. Most people like reside in it and it become part of them. So it's like you never really grow. And if you always thinking of ways to one up your ex or the people from your past, how can you really give yourself and cultivate the new people that come into your life? Because in the back of your mind, you always got that.
Trying to heal, and that's what people be trying to do. They're trying to heal with making themselves a better version of them and stuff like that. But why don't you just do that for yourself?
Exactly,
all the energy
bro.
you putting into trying to do for your ex, or flex on your ex, and smoking on your ex, doing something like that for your ex.
Just put that energy into yourself, genuinely.
Where's the time for yourself? Where's the time for?
That's a fact.
Who you want to be? Because you're trying to be somebody that better than what they wanted, or something like that. Where's the time for you to be the person you want to be?
Facts.
Why can't you better yourself?
Because it all comes down to appreciating the experience just for what it is. You don't own anyone. You don't. Everything's not for sure that everything is gonna be forever. So just when you're in these,
phase,
you know what I'm saying?
Like when you're in these times with that's what in ways like. It's just
when you with some people, just appreciate the experience of enjoying their time. Like even this young lady I've been seeing, like we just been on some friend type time, and I ain't even on trying to rush it either. I'm just enjoying the time and the experience with her, and wherever it go, that's wherever it go. That's why I like to start off as friendships first because I don't want to come off as like, oh, I own you. Like people are always on this, oh, mine. Oh, this mine, this my man, this my man, this my man. It's like. No, I know they ain't gonna want to hear that, but it's just what it is. You don't own anyone. Like,
just enjoy the time. But see, a lot
you find so much beauty in enjoying it. No, they don't, bro.
They don't understand like the sense of possession is almost.
It's crazy.
Yeah, bro. But that's a very like. I don't want to say narcissistic way of thinking, but that's very like,
bro.
The sense of possession in our generation is sickening because it nothing is you borrow everything that you do, everything that you own, like you borrowing it, bro. So you may be borrowing that person for that time, but enjoy it. Like, so don't even think about that you borrowing. Yeah. Just understand that I love this moment and this person and this, or I like this person, or I'm just enjoying this person for what it is. I don't care what comes of the future, but don't skip past the moment, because if you skip past the moment, you're gonna skip past the lessons that they teach you.
Because we're not saying it's never gonna be any times where you find somebody that goes for a long period of time, but we're just saying when you appreciate the moments, even when it comes with long-term relationships, when you constantly appreciate the moment, you find so much beauty in the person. You learn so much about the person because you're not focused on this person just being yours. You're focused on this. You're more focused on just appreciating the experience and enjoying that person and enjoying the time and being in the moment, living in the now. That's just what it is, bro.
That's a beautiful thing when you look at it. That's a hard thing to do, because a lot of us like to plan for the future.
Yeah, bro.
And at some point, I don't know if it's that they don't want nobody else to have you, or they don't understand that you being right there with them in the moment is all that they need, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be a multitude of things, but for me, it's just like,
it roots from a lot of different things.
Yeah, bro. For me, it's just like I don't be like, when I'm with a person, or I'm like in a friendship or relationship, anything, like the time that we spend together, that's the time I'm thinking about. Like, that's the time I'm worried about. Yeah. I'm not thinking about what's gonna come of the future. Bro.
Because when I'm there with you, like I'm with you. Like I'm not the type to link up with somebody in my mind somewhere else. No, when I'm with you, I'm focused on you.
So and if I'm invested in you, or I'm investing my time in you, that's me saying that I value you, I respect you, I love you. Yeah, like because I value my time, my attention. I value those things in my life. And if I'm giving you that, that's me being, number one, vulnerable, but two, it's showing my sign of gratitude towards you and the person that you are.
100.
To be able to give my attention, my time, my influence, or my voice. It's people should hold those. I know for me, I hold those moments sacred.
I do too. Especially the older the more I grow in age, the more I do. Like I find myself like being more in the moment. Like when I'm out with somebody, I'm just like more just into them, and not even in a possessive way. Like I just want to learn you, just kind of just understand you, just being your energy while you in my energy, and just allow this moment to be what it is. It don't always have to be
filled with words.
No, it don't. It really don't, bro.
It don't always have to be like, and that takes most people say that takes somebody that's not sober to not really talk, but it takes a healed person to understand that we don't have to talk about everything. Just the presence alone, just the whole sit here in a different energy, a person with positive energy, but it's different in a different point of view. You can find peace in that. Like, a lot of people don't know how to just be anymore. Like, we don't gotta be on our phones.
Always, we don't. Bro.
Yeah, that too. Like, we don't have to be on our phones.
Mimic nature, bro. With nature. What is nature doing? Nature just be. Like, nature just is.
They're not like the squirrels outside is not worried about how many cars is on the street. They just being squirrels.
They're just them. So when you're able to be in that, it's a powerful space to be in, especially in a world where everybody focuses on everything else around them, and it's like the sky about to fall out. Where you can still be at that peace and be in that stillness and just be okay with just being. It's a powerful place to be.
I find that's where the most memories are. Like, that's
you more observant.
Yeah, like that's the most tranquil part about life. To me, it's very important, because that's when I start like really love a person, because if I could just be around you without
say nothing,
like it ain't nothing that you necessarily super like doing, or like you super happy about doing. It's nothing that I'm super happy about doing. We may just be sitting around. We might just be in the room. We might just be at a park. Just whatever moment we in. Disconnected from whatever else I got going on, and just being with that person is definitely, like, that's what they say. That's my love language.
Fact. So I want to pivot back to, these podcasts real quick, man.
Yeah,
and I wanted no, they needed to hear that. Oh no, they felt that right
that's
there.
I mean, and I know we don't really we said we weren't really gonna talk too much about relationships and stuff.
Yeah, but even when we in a way we did, but as they can see, even when we do talk about it, it's in such a healing way. That's like they ain't even realize how we pivot into it.
Yeah, because we ain't really like
because we ain't on that type time of spewing that. So I want to get back into like you really have to understand as a content creator the energy you put out, like your viewers absorb that energy, and a lot of times these viewers and people who tune into these shows and podcasts, sometimes they don't even be sharing the same trauma as what these content creators be putting out, but then because they absorb it so much they start to think it's their reality. But it's like that's why I had to realize with like the red pill community, I'm like, I get hella love from women. I don't know. Hold on, like, bro.
I don't even have to like.
Bro, I don't have them same issues. I had to start to realize that
I don't have your sentiments.
No, bro, I don't have them same issues that y'all be having. So I had to pull back. Like, whoa, like. Nah,
but since you conveyed it to me so much, I've now become interested in it.
Exactly.
And then you can start to see like situations that you might go into, like
exactly.
Or like
you start to think too deep into it.
Yeah, like a situation might happen to you, and you start thinking like, dang. This probably what happened to them when they did, and it's like, no, that's not what happened. No, bro. Something completely happened, different. They did something else, and
now you're sharing somebody else's trauma that wasn't even yours.
It's not even yours.
So it's just like that's why I go back to the point, bro. Keep your trauma to yourself, bro. Yeah. Stop trauma dumping on these people out here. It's already enough out here for these people to worry about. And I'm saying this genuinely, like, please, like, can y'all chill on that? Our community do not need that right now. Like, we in a state of healing as a whole. We in a state of healing and building. So if we trying to heal and build while we got other people spewing out this stuff that's working against it, it's like we building up, but it's people in the community that's tearing us down. Y'all always talking about the white man. It's within. The issue always roots from within. We are our own biggest downfall every time in every lane that happens, bro.
And what would you say about the percentage that speaks on like, or that could have traumatic experiences in the podcast, right? Because I would
less
say
than 80.
Like I would say at least, I was gonna go.
I looked
75,
bro. I look hashtag Black Podcast. I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, he got. I like to be in this position. Scroll. Oh, she ain't doing this. Scroll. Oh, if he ain't doing, I'm like, yeah, I go to our clips, and like, again, this ain't ego talk. This is being real. I go to our clips, and it's like. It's a whole different vibe to it, bro.
Because we're not sitting here saying, "Oh, you shouldn't mess with this because of that." I'm saying, look into your own life and understand the process and the things that you got going on, and then evaluate the people that you have around you. Relationship talk, like we're not sitting here saying don't be around a woman, don't have sex with a man. Bro. Nobody's sitting here being your life coach, because that's what we ain't gonna do.
Facts.
We're saying that we're not gonna spew any trauma, or we're not gonna tell y'all about any. I ain't gonna say tell y'all, because we will explain if we're trying to convey a point.
Oh, for sure.
But we're not gonna get on here and talk about. Make our trauma or our traumatic experiences y'all's. We're not gonna make our disgruntlement that.
No, y'all got y'all own.
You feel me?
We're respectable of our viewers to not put that on y'all, because we.
And what is that doing?
It's not doing nothing for them, bro.
At the end of everything, what is it doing for real? Like, is it? Like, let me talk to y'all, because is it getting us to where we want to go? No. Are we just finally being able to get on a platform and talk about some stuff that we should have let go? Yes. So what else are we like? That's all we doing. And
we try to dress it up as this old. No,
we've been having people. I ain't gonna sit here and say they've been begging to get on the podcast, but we've been having people, interested into getting into the podcast, and we not finna bring on here nobody that's finna trauma.
Yeah, like respectfully, like we set up a certain vibe and a certain brand for this show, so it's just like we gotta vet, and we not just about to allow anybody to come on here, like you said, to be Kevin Samuels Jr. or none of that. And Kevin, the only reason why Kevin Samuels worked because he was his own lane. That's who he was.
That's who he was.
There's so many carbon copies out here trying to be like.
Goodness.
That's a whole other topic itself.
And that's who we talking about. That's who we talking about. People like that. Y'all just trying to copy him and what he did, and that's not that, and that's y'all trauma.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
not his.
He was really giving the game. Y'all are spewing from a traumatic place.
Oh, I got hurt like this and this and why you don't want to take a woman out of the date and get her flowers? What?
Like, damn, I got hurt, bro. But like I just sit up here and say it. I got, you know how much courage it takes for a person to get on a platform and say they got love for every woman that they dealt with. Like, that's putting aside all your differences and being able to get to a place where you're like, you know what? That shit really wasn't all that. That happened a couple years ago. I'm in a whole different, like, you really, when you think about it, like, when you advance 2 to 3 years in your life, you're in a whole different reality.
They say your taste buds change in 7 years.
Bro, so it's like you in a whole different reality, but you still worried about focus on stuff in an old reality. That's why you can't elevate your current reality, because you still living in the past.
Biologically, your body is changing
telling you, bro.
Every 2-3 years. Yeah. So why are your mental not changing?
Your cells change. Your cells change. Your mental need to be changing.
Why is your mental not changing? Why are you still allowing toxic things and things that should not have gotten any of your attention back then, but it did somehow? Mm-hmm. Why are you still allowing that to have your attention, have a hold on you? Why?
That's why people can't grow emotionally. That's why people can't grow mentally, because they still have this, the burdens of the old is holding up of things that can come in for the new, bro.
And I'm not sitting here saying you can't have those traumatic experiences. Exactly, sometimes bro. You built on traumatic experience. Or,
it happens.
Sometimes, like you said,
just don't stay in that phase.
You can't stay in that phase.
That's all we trying to get
I want to talk more about the people that are trying to join our podcast. We definitely have a list of people that we're considering. Mm-hmm. You know, we trying to go on a couple episodes spree before we start bringing people on.
We also got a guest questionnaire, so
we definitely got.
If you're really serious about trying to be on the show,
please fill that out.
Fill that out, because that's gonna weed out the ones who like hit us in the DM like, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to be on." To you really fill out that questionnaire, we like, okay, like you really,
serious.
You know what I'm saying? You serious? We want to know what you want to talk about. We want to know, like we gotta vet people, all professional. So like we treat this like we treat this like how we gonna be in 3 years, but we doing it right now.
Yeah,
and that's how you gotta move.
And we putting time and effort and emotion in it without a team.
And last but not least, money. So like
you know what I'm saying?
We got no team either, so it's like, yeah, bro.
And I ain't gonna sit here and say we ain't got no team at all, but
we got 3 milli. Shout out to 3 milli. They helping us with the the filming and whatnot. But in terms of like the end count, it's me, Kobe, Duke's on the camera and photography. Man. So it's like it come to my point, like, everybody want to be in front of the camera, but
don't nobody.
Do y'all want to help behind the scenes? Like, we need help with that too.
The backstory of this.
Yeah.
Like what's the backstory of Michael Jordan? What's the backstories of the LeBron James? Like who was the support system? Yeah. Who was the people taking them to practice and stuff like that? Who was picking them up from school? Like those people were important and they're successful people too.
Yeah, bro.
And not sitting here saying to my own horn that we the next Michael Jordan, LeBron James of the podcast or the shows or anything like that or production.
I'm just saying, bro.
But if we get a team, y'all better look out.
I'm just saying,
but
bro. That's
we can do it without a team, cause it gonna get done.
It gonna get. Y'all see, if y'all go look at the first TikTok on our account, it's
gonna get done.
This bus gonna keep moving with or without you. It's gonna get done.
And we appreciate the supporters helping us, cause they the wheels, really. We just the locomotive. They the wheels, though. They churning.
Tell you.
So heal.
Facts. And so let's talk about this, right? The tongue is a powerful weapon. You have to be mindful of how you use it, right? Mm-hmm. And people don't. The tongue is the most powerful weapon. So that's why me being able to talk well, just not even on camera, but just when I'm going to schools and talking, doing public speaking, I understand how powerful my voice is. And think of our greatest leaders. What was their greatest asset? Their voice. How they was able to speak. How they was able to cultivate crowds and bring them together. So I don't think our community really understands how powerful and important a person who can cultivate and send out messages to our community and bring them together.
But the crazy part is, I think they do. They just put it in excuse me. They put it in people's hands that ain't necessarily
that ain't really
speaking positivity.
Exactly, bro.
So you understand how powerful a voice is because you listen to rappers and stuff like that.
That is true.
You understand how powerful a voice is, but you also gotta I'm not saying to downplay a rapper or saying that they're not speaking on positive things and things of that such, but you also got to put people on a pedestal that are trying to uplift your community, that are trying to give back to your community, that are still in your community. Like we just learned, like
we was talking before we started filming, what we saying, like the real history of just like in particular Atlanta gets overlooked because of all the BS that people put on the pedestal. It's like, bro, our real history, our real core, the foundation of us is like gets stepped over. Like bro said, like if you don't see if you don't know it's there, you won't even recognize it.
You gonna walk past it, and that's rich history, real wealthy history of a black man who was the first to ever do something.
We pay attention to the wrong things and wonder why we in the wrong places as a community. But
why
it's
are
like,
we not fighting to get that whole building,
telling you, bro,
memorialized?
For real.
Like you know what I mean? Yeah. Like why is that not on a pedestal? Why is that not somewhere on a huge sign that says this is your history? This is because we care too much about who got a stack posted by their year, who they, you know what I'm saying?
The money fall,
like man,
Jason said we don't call that money.
Like we don't, like come on, man, and he talking to y'all, bro. Like he really talking about.
People got mad about that,
but it's crazy. That ain't money. I was always taught, man. My granddad always told me, man, like if they showing you what they got, that's all they got. They go with a lot of things.
Yeah, bro.
Like if they showing you all the money they like, if they showing you some money, that's all the money they got.
Yeah.
Don't. To me, they're playing I'm gonna keep going back. They playing into today's social media reality that ain't even reality for real.
It's not reality, bro.
Like that if they on the ground showing all that money, like that's all the money they got for real.
That's it, bro.
Or all the money they had. And the people that's making real money, or the people that have set foundations for us as young black men to be able to speak on a podcast, to even be in this building here.
Come on,
like he was black, like
facts,
and one of the first black men to be a millionaire. Like so, little stuff like that. Like why are we not giving that a voice?
Telling you, bro.
Like why are we
pay attention to the wrong things, bro? So let me get to this quote real quick, and I got this from Supernova Sloan. If y'all don't know about him, that's Queen of Food. I hope I'm saying her name right. Queen of Food's son. Very powerful teacher. You can look him up on YouTube. And he said, "Don't shed the old you that doesn't serve you, but hold me to the old me that serves you." So what he meant by that is a lot of people, we in a space where everybody's saying, "Oh, you gotta relearn me. I'm not the same person that I used to be. This and that. Oh, you gotta," you know what I'm saying? You done seen all them posting clips. So my question is, are you willing to do that for the person that hurt you in your past? So because here's my thing. If not, that's very hypocritical of you, because you want people to learn the new version of you, but you're not willing to accept a newer version of somebody else from your past. So it's like that's a very contradicting statement. And so if somebody doesn't want to learn the new version of you, you can't really get mad because you're not willing to do that for somebody else from your past.
So you only looking at it from your perspective.
Exactly, because you keep holding on to that old version of somebody because it's feeding into your narrative, into your story. But at the same time, you saying, "Oh no, but you got to learn the new me though. But I'm gonna still hold you to the old standard of you." It don't work like that, bro. If you want people to learn the new you have to accept people as a new version of themselves as well.
Yeah, I've always said that though. Like it's people that always want you to be the villain in their story.
Yes, like, everybody's a villain to somebody.
And I don't understand why you got to keep a villain in your story to be a hero.
Right, bro.
Why you got to keep the villain?
You could just be a hero.
You could just be you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it got to be I'm the villain, or you know what I'm saying? You're not able to forgive nobody and understand that they changed who they were,
and just accepting that. It's a possibility that they hurt me in the past, but I'm not gonna hold them to that.
People hear that and say, "What, second chances?"
Oh yeah,
people. But do you not want a second chance on who you trying to be? Like, have you not looked in the mirror and said,
"We all done messed up"?
Everybody has looked in the mirror before and said, "I don't want to be the person that I see right now. I'm gonna change myself."
Exactly.
And if people didn't forgive you, or people didn't accept you for the new person that you were, then you wouldn't be in the place or position that you wanted to be in.
Right, bro. So it just comes to a point to where it's like, you can't just want things for yourself and not want that for everybody else. That's not fair to the ones around you. Like you said, because it's somebody you probably wronged in your past, and what if they don't want to see the new version of you? And now you get mad like, oh no, you got to relearn. I ain't that no more. Like this and that. But when it comes to somebody from your past or your ex, nah, that's still the same old. That's still the same old chick. That's still the same old dude. Like they still on bullshit. How do you know?
And you don't
Somebody
know.
probably saying that about you, but you out here saying, I'm a new version.
And y'all can cut the whole new body, new me type thing, man. Listen,
bro.
You got it can't be physical. It got to be mental. It got to be emotional. You got to change who you want to be in an energy standpoint of your life first.
Yeah. So I want to touch on something 19 Keys said. Like I said in the previous episode, if y'all have a pod, even if you don't have a, it's some. Now we say a lot about these platforms and shows out here, but it's some gems out here. You just gotta, your algorithm, depending on what your algorithm is gonna lead you to the. Now your algorithm is based off what you interested in, what you click on,
what you consume.
Your algorithm is a reflection of your mind. So all of y'all that complaining about your algorithm, oh, I keep seeing the same stuff. You're interacting with the same stuff. So I'm getting to the point. This came from 19 Keys, high level conversations. Very intelligent dude. I consider 19 Keys a master articulator. He said anyone with a microphone and some trauma can start a podcast, and viewers who share that same trauma create a pairing. Like we said earlier, they create that pairing off of that trauma, so it's trauma bonded, bro.
That's the Delulu bubble. That's the y'all all delusional and in a bubble.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all just in a bubble on the internet, not in a physical space, but y'all in a bubble listening to delusional aspects of what's going on for real, because you got the trauma and you spewing it and they listening and y'all both got a parent, so now you want to make the trauma that you have
grows and it grows and it becomes something that we can't control no more, because it's like it's so,
and it's such a wicked way and a wicked perception on what a certain individual or a certain type of individual is doing. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, and the reason why we so heavy on this because I went to other racist podcasts, white podcasters, even some Hispanic podcasts, and the conversation that they have was so much more healthier. Like within that community, it's like we're losing, we're behind on the battlefront in all spectrums. Not just we think we just behind on the finances, but we're behind even on the talks we have in front of the camera, bro. Mentally cultivating each other's mind, bro. Like we behind just the dialogue, bro. Getting in front of a camera and talking is an art. It's called the art of conversation. It's not just something you do, because the reason why it's an art because it's a certain way you got to speak and certain things you got to say and the way you got to intertwine with each other and know when to let the person speak, know how to say these things, know how to speak that real, but also be empathetic of how a person may take this, and also judging, engaging if this still something you want to say, and being able to deal with anything that comes with that, bro. So like we don't understand how this toxic conversation is spewing up a cesspool of something we can't control no more, and we keep talking about, oh man, they keep the white man putting his foot on our neck. We can't get ahead in finances. Bro, we shooting ourselves in the foot with these conversations. Like, bro, nobody wants to hear that. That's why people be so, it's like I see so many people so thankful for our show and our post, because it's like I can tell they like internally like, finally, damn, something new, bro.
Finally.
Like it's a lot of people of our community just fed up with these conversations and these shows, just like, man, enough is enough, and we here to say enough is enough, bro. Y'all got to do better. We challenging and calling out all content creators, podcasters, shows. Up your content game. If you gotta talk about, if you gotta have negative talks to get views, you're not really like that, bro. You're not really like that. You feeding into the algorithm and feeding into the norm and to the narrative. Bro. We went viral off speaking real.
Get off these podcasts.
We went viral off speaking real. Like we ain't go viral off of spewing no hatred.
We ain't do no dances.
We ain't do no dances. We ain't do no gimmicks. We ain't do none of that. We went viral off of speaking real.
Like.
And that's just what it is.
And speaking positivity.
Yeah, bro.
Speaking some to elevation. Yeah. We speaking real. Y'all speaking that toxic. That's easy.
It's easy to get looped into the algorithm.
Come on, man.
That's not hard. We can easily get on here like, oh, we know that's gonna get clicks. I studied the algorithm on TikTok. I studied the black podcast, the hashtags, all that. I know what gets clicks, but yet I'm working against that because the elevation of my community is more important than getting clicks, more important than getting views, more important than getting likes.
Views
because
we getting is genuine.
You know what I'm saying,
That's
bro?
genuine.
I'm not gonna sell out of my. I'm not gonna sell out my community for clout, bro. I can't do it. Nah, bro.
For some clickbait, brother.
So one final point before I get to the quote I want to get into, bro.
Cooked.
Bro, and they probably can tell we fed up, bro.
Yeah.
I go to these other communities and I look at their pockets. I'm like, damn, they having a very nice conversation. Like, we can't just have even when we disagree, we can still have a genuine conversation, even if we disagree. And it's like
we're not demeaning. It's not demeaning. No name calling. It's no. You dumb or you ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that.
No, bro.
It's nothing like that on their platforms. It's nothing like that on their that they're having in their household. Mm-hmm. Well, based off their platforms that I think they may be having in their household and their relationships, it's nothing like that. Why in our community we trying to be so torn? I don't understand that. Why does it have to be this way or the highway? Why it got to be this, that, or the other? Like, it can't just be us having a conversation. Sometimes we might not agree on things, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna get my point across. You gonna get your point across.
We're gonna respect it, just and leave it where it's at,
and have differences.
So to get to this last point before the quote, man. Another point from the 19 Keys podcast, but this was from
man. That's been one of my. Shout out to that podcast.
Yeah, not High Level Conversations. One of the ones for real.
Yeah.
This was the conversation we had with Steven Speaks, and Steven Speaks is saying the same thing we were just saying. He was like, polarizing relationship convos go viral, but it's creating more divide. Like I said, you selling out your community to get the viral content and all that. But what is that doing to your community, the community that you live within? I see if this was white people, pulling apart our community. They don't live in within our community and our culture. Legit. You're within your community. You have to live in this. Your kids have to grow up in this community. But all you can think about, we finna go viral. We say it like this, da da da. And a lot of y'all be knowing what y'all doing. Y'all put it out on purpose. Man. Y'all clip it a certain way on purpose so y'all can get the views, so y'all can get the content, so y'all can get the uproar, bro.
It's clickbait, bro. A lot of that junk be clickbait. Then y'all get on there type of crazy caption or a crazy little, you know what I'm saying, clip art that y'all put on the clip and get people to look at that junk. But it's not, y'all are not giving any information out.
No, bro.
You're not giving no solution. It's creating the divide, like you said. Bro. It's creating the and the people that are feeding into it, the people that are watching it, y'all are helping create
y'all
the divide.
Putting flame to it. Mm-hmm. Y'all putting and I challenge any viewers, if you watch toxic content,
tell me what
I challenge you to stop.
Man, listen.
I challenge this coming from us. I challenge you to fall back on that type of content because you're not understanding what it's doing to you. Mm. And the people who make this content probably not gonna like it because it's gonna mess with their viewership, mess with their. But I don't care. I'm
somebody
more
calling
about
them
the community.
Out. It's somebody calling them out for it.
Bro, it has to happen, bro.
It needed to be done, though. It needed to be done, brother.
Hey, so I'm gonna end with this quote, man. I gotta work up a little bit.
Yeah, man. I see, man. Listen, I knew it. I said, cook it, man. Let that man cook, man.
Go ahead and end with this quote, man. Never trust your tongue when your heart is wounded. Hush until you heal. So I'm gonna give a little explanation about that. A lot of people rushing to skin on these platforms and speaking before their heart is even healed. When you hush until you heal, you can get on here and have these healthy conversations. You can speak to people how you can cultivate their minds how they need to be cultivated. You can have these difficult conversations while, not yelling, not screaming, not bashing women just because of your past experiences, not bashing men just because of your past experiences. You're able to take your lessons for what it was and able to combine them and to be able to give knowledge to the people, man. Anything you got to say for the people, bro?
He said it, man.
Hey, man, with that, peace, man. Hey, that's what it is. See y'all on the next episode.
He said.